Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Walter White funeral. You are live. We are live now. All the cameras are live. Thank you all for coming today to pay tribute to the late Walter White. We are also honoring, right over here, Hank Schrader, Stephen Gomez, and Jane Margolis. And also all the people and their families who have lost the battle with drug addictions. And most importantly, everybody that is already laid to rest in this beautiful cemetery, Sunset Memorial Park. We have chose to utilize this as a vehicle to an important cause. Drug addiction. We want to make a difference by helping support this cause, and in lieu of flowers, asking donations to be made in honor of Walter White to the Vernon's Walter White Endowment Fund, which is being taken care of by Albuquerque Community Foundation, and all the proceeds go to Albuquerque Health Care for the homeless. And this is to help out everybody that has, Albuquerque Health Care for the homeless, helps out people with meth addictions, heroin addictions, people that are homeless, down on their luck, and they need a helping hand up with dental care, health care, therapy, and so on and so forth. Teeth. Especially teeth. I know, I don't have most of mine in the back, so I'm with you. Okay, well, just let them know. So I would like to ask you all if we could join me in a moment of silence, please. Please bow your heads. Thank you. A moment of silence is to those who lost their lives from their struggles with substance abuse and the families with loved ones laid to rest here at Sunset Memorial Park. All right, now I'd like to bring up Anita Cordova from Albuquerque Health Care for the homeless, which is why we're all here today.
Walter White was a fictional character. Albuquerque Health Care for the homeless deals with real-world problems. People with unaddressed substance abuse illnesses are at great risk for premature death, just like Walter White was. Services matter. Your support is appreciated, and I want to thank you for coming and ensuring substance abuse services for people who need them most.
That was quick. Wow. All right, I'm going to put the mic back up. We're going to have a eulogy by Breaking Bad set decorator, the one, the only, the beautiful Michael Flowers. Please put your hands together. Here he comes. Look how he dresses so awesome. I love those glasses.
Thank you for coming. This is really beautiful. I love you guys. This is a really big deal. It's a good cause. And I was speaking with a friend of mine this morning, and she said that she's a huge fan of doing things that she's never done before. And going to the funeral of a fictional TV character is exactly that. And I said, yeah, there's a few hundred people that could probably say the exact same thing right now. This is awesome. You guys are beautiful. I remember when I got the first phone call to ask if I was interested in working on the show. The production designer from season 1, he told me that they were about to make history I said, have you seen television? History? Really? Nah. Well, it happened. Breaking Bad is freaking amazing, and the fan base is so rabid and so beautiful. And all of you are here now raising money for a good cause, and I think that's beautiful. That's really beautiful. Breaking Bad has gone beyond its edges, and that is freaking wonderful. I love you. It's been really weird, this ride. 5 years I was involved with the show. I didn't become the set decorator until season 3. About halfway through season 3, but the people that watch this show and the people on Facebook, it's astonishing, and Twitter, every single day somebody's talking about Breaking Bad in some crazy way, making up pictures and memes and donuts, for crying out loud. You know, it's insane. And everybody's very well aware that other shows have a much bigger viewership than Breaking Bad did. But I don't think anything in my lifetime, maybe Star Wars, but I cannot think of anything that has happened in my lifetime in a pop culture way that has penetrated culture in such a deep and intense way, with such love and reverence. And I mean, look what happens. This show, people are murdered every 30 seconds, and it ends with 10.3 million viewers. And Jackamoe, beautiful human being, put this thing together, and it's all culminating right now. We all need closure. We all need that Oprah moment. The show is over, and what the hell are we going to do on Sunday nights now, right? And it's come to such a beautiful place, and I love every single one of you. And I want to, since we're talking about Facebook here, I got a few notes on my Facebook page that cracked me up. This one's from Martha. I won't say her full name. I don't want anybody to be offended. By the way, I went to a Catholic funeral yesterday, and in my boredom, I kept staring at the religious books and pamphlets in the little shelf at the back of the pew. They were titled Breaking Bread. And I desperately wanted to cross out the R-E. But I figured I might get caught and go to hell. At that very moment, my cell phone went off in the middle of Mass, and hilariously, my ringtone is a harp. So I guess it could have been worse. I love you, and I love Breaking Bad. One from a woman named Bonnie. She said that she welcomed Breaking Bad as big as it welcomed her into the White House, in a way that I have never experienced on television. I felt as though they were intimate friends of mine. My husband is a professor of organic chemistry, and he said the chemistry was right on the money. And I loved it so much, I went out and bought the exact same curtains that were hanging in Andrea's kitchen. A gentleman named Jeff in Dallas, Texas. I put a note on my page. What affected you the most about this show, so I can talk about it? He sent nothing of his own. He sent a quote from Walter White himself. I have spent my whole life scared, frightened of things that could happen, might happen, or might not happen. 50 years I spent like that, finding myself awake at 3 in the morning. But you know what? Ever since my diagnosis, I sleep just fine. What I came to realize is that fear is the worst of it. That is a huge, huge thing to swallow as a human being in this day and age. Fear is the worst thing. So get up, get out in the real world, and kick that bastard as hard as you can right in the teeth, is how that line finished. I think the cultural penetration here is astonishing. I don't think I'll ever understand it. It's so huge. I have met several of you here that are friends of mine on Facebook that I don't know you in person. There's probably more out there. This is insane. Like, this is insane. People are falling in love with each other and writing letters to each other and getting on planes and flying, thousands of miles to have a donut covered in crystal blue. Right. See, Switzerland right here. Mexico City. Where else? See? This is so beautiful, and you guys are so awesome for coming out here. This is complete fabrication. This is total nonsense. But you're here because something in this show touched you in a big way. And one more thing that I want to read, because I think this is really important. Everything that I've talked about up to now, this matters. This is about art. This is about love. We don't, like I said to the production designer, we're going to make history. Really, nobody believed that TV was going to enter this golden age in this flying, insane rage that it did. Thank you to Vince Gilligan for doing that. And the writers, the actors, everybody at Sony and AMC, thank you. My friend Felicia said this. In an effort, this is from Garcia Lorca. In an effort to explain the raw nature of art, Garcia Lorca said, "The arrival of the duende presupposes a radical change to all the old kinds of form, brings totally unknown and fresh sensations, generating an almost religious enthusiasm that I think we're all aware of here. I don't even watch television. I don't even have a television. But from the very first episode of Breaking Bad, I knew I'd follow it to the end. I've found duende in poetry, in dance, in music, art, and film, but I had never seen the art of television broadcast have duende. Duende loves the edge of the wound. That is where Walter chose to live the last years of his life, on the edge of the wound, bloodying everyone around him, in a world saturated with the superficial, the vacant, the coma of consumerism. The makers of Breaking Bad and the makers of Walter White made something to remind us of that, to taste it. They made something that shuddered with the beauty and the horror that it is to be alive." And I'm going to shut up now. You guys are so spectacular. I really can't say it enough. I don't think anything has ever touched my life like Breaking Bad has, and like you guys have. My friend count on Facebook went from 610 to almost 3,000 in the past 3 weeks. And I just met two of them right over there. This is beautiful. Thank you. The Albuquerque Health Care for the Homeless really needs this. You guys have done a beautiful thing, and rock and roll. I love every one of you.
All right, big hand for Michael Flowers. Okay, now I'm going to bring up our host for the evening. She is after we're done with. She's going to bring up some fans that came in from Boston, and their name is also on the tombstone. They're a big donor to the charity, and some local businesses that have thrived from Breaking Bad. And then we're going to switch everything over there, and then the line's going to start here, and his burial is right there. And people are going to walk up and get a handful of earth and then help bury Walter White. If you have something you'd like to place in the vault, We have this vault which you can bury with Walter White. So let me go ahead and hand it over to Erika Viking from 102.5.
Hi, guys. I don't know what I'm going to be able to say that could top what these guys said here, but just let me give you a little history as to what my involvement with Breaking Bad is. As Michael said, he came on in season 3, and in the first couple of seasons, there were some believers out there. The show was getting a little bit of a following, but people had no idea that it was going to turn into something this big. And I had the great pleasure and the opportunity to work on background casting with my good friend Gwen Savage, who did casting for the first couple of seasons and then unfortunately passed away from a brain tumor. Vince Gilligan, the man that he is, he's not just an incredible talent, he's also a really great human being. He let everybody, because they were shooting that day, leave at certain points to go be with Gwen at her bedside as she was passing away. And Vince himself came there and said his goodbyes and then dedicated an episode to her. So my history with the show goes way back, and I have a lot of emotions, a lot of raw ones tied in to my whole experience. Later on, I was just thrilled and over the moon that Vince Gilligan actually asked me to play myself as the radio voice on a couple of episodes. The one that you probably remember is the one where Gustavo Fring finally got it, half his face blown off. I happened to be the radio voice that Walter was listening to in his car when he was trying to find out if his plan was successful. So, it was just so exciting for me, even to be involved in something like that on just such a small level. And then I got to do a featured background part at one point, so you see me in there too. But those were some of the most exciting times. We, in media and in entertainment, we get opportunities to do things now and then. Nothing has ever excited me like that because I'm a super fan just like everybody else out there. So for me, it was just so cool just to be involved for that short amount of time. And I heard from family members that I haven't heard from in forever because they were watching the series maybe a couple of seasons later, and they're like, was that you? I swear that was your voice. So that was really exciting for me to reconnect with my family as well. So I'm sad. I don't know what I'm going to do on Sunday nights anymore. I guess go to bed on time now because I get up at 4 a.m. to do my show every day. I miss it. I don't know if anything could ever really replace it. But what I do know from talking to all the cast members and crew and people that worked on catering, there are so many people that weren't even on set that had so much to do and so much to contribute to this show. I know that Albuquerque is one of the best places in the world to film. And I just want to congratulate you as a community for being so open and for welcoming this show, even though it's tough to watch. I mean, it's a difficult subject. You have to admit, a lot of times it was just awkward and you felt sick to your stomach watching some of the things that were happening. But I think we can all agree that a lesson has been learned. It wasn't just about entertainment. And one of the coolest things that I think has happened since the end of the series is one of the best actors in the world, Sir Anthony Hopkins, wrote an open letter to Bryan Cranston, a beautiful letter, talking about how that performance, him as Walter White, was the best acting that he had ever seen in his life. And I think that pretty much says it all. The times that I got to meet Bryan Cranston, anybody else on the crew, Betsy Brandt, Anna Gunn, so gracious, so loving. You wouldn't even know if you didn't know that they were cast members because they just hung out with everybody and just acted as normal as they could be and were so gracious and so kind to everyone. So I'm sad that it's over. And I'm really happy to be here. And thanks to Jackamoe for letting me come and say a few words about it. We did also want to say thanks to some local businesses, too. Joliet's Chocolates, you know that they're over there. They have decided, pick up that chocolate before you leave, because 15% of their sales of those chocolate bars forever are going to go to Albuquerque's Health Care for the homeless. Also, you guys might recognize this RV over here. Yeah, I thought you did. So Frank Sandoval is the one who operates this tour, and he is going to give $5 of every ticket that he sells forever to Albuquerque Health Care for the homeless, and that's what this is all about. It's a somewhat somber, somewhat silly event. I don't think anything like this has ever been done before, so thanks to you, Jackamoe, for coming up with a crazy idea and actually pulling it off. But truly, if we can give back to the community and help people get away from these kind of problems before they end up taking lives, that's what this is all about. So thank you guys for all your support and for going out on a limb to do something extremely weird with your Sunday afternoon. And there's nothing coming after this. I don't know what to tell you to watch tonight, all right? This is what you get. This is the ending of it, Breaking Bad. Next up, we have Stefan, and he is with the local magazine. Where did I write it on my... There, New Mexico Entertainment Magazine. They call him Smitty, too, but he's a huge super fan of the show, so I'm going to let him tell you what it means to him, and then we're going to bring up some of the biggest fans and even close friends and co-workers of Walter White himself. That's coming up next. Thank you.
Oh, man. I don't know what to say because now I don't have anything to do on Sunday but watch the Cowboys, and that's unfortunate. Yeah, Walking Dead, but we here for Breaking Bad. We here for Breaking Bad, baby. I'm here with New Mexico Entertainment Magazine. That's nmentertains.com. And basically, these are the type of things that we try to cover. We want to cover everything in New Mexico that has to do with entertainment, any underground, anything that you have going on, whether it's music, movies, comedy, anything like that. And basically, our connection with it is simple. Whether it's good or bad, you know that New Mexico is now known. We're not just, Mexico to the north anymore. Everybody knows because of this show where New Mexico is now. And that's important because it's a great state. Albuquerque is a great city. Like I said, I'm a super fan of the show. Unfortunately, I haven't seen the last episode, so don't tell me. Don't tell me yet. I got it on DVR. I've been busy, but no. So don't nobody ruin it for me. But you guys are the best fans, I swear, on the planet. I mean, got the Winnebago here, the truck. I mean, the only thing y'all take more serious than this is green chili. So it's this has been this has been amazing. But again, please check out New Mexico Entertainment Magazine. It's going to be in stores pretty much everywhere. It's going to be free, so just pick one up. It's better than the Alibi, I promise you. I promise. Uh-oh. Is somebody from the Alibi in here? That's too bad. But no, seriously, pick it up. And matter of fact, our November issue, we actually got an interview. I did a video interview and an interview in the magazine with Stephen Michael Quesada, who played Gomez in Breaking Bad. So check us out and keep donating. Thank you.
All right, let's give them a big hand. I'd like to take a moment to thank our sponsors, which are just absolutely huge. Vernon's Hidden Valley Steakhouse. OneHeadlightinc.com. Took care of all the websites. Krista make sure she has all your entertainment news from New Mexico right online there at OneHeadlightinc.com. Albuquerque Community Foundation. Achievement Gallery. Provided all these beautiful bracelets that everybody's wearing. Awesomeness. It says, I'm not going to thank myself. Just reading the program here. New Mexico Entertainment Magazine. Oh, we covered that. Motion TV, Elaine and Becky have all these fancy cameras here. And they are going to edit this and put this online to continue the hope for everyone to give to the Vernon's Walter White Endowment Fund for years to come, hopefully. Jolie's Chocolates, Roses of Royce Flowers took care of these beautiful flower arrangements. 94 Rockets promoted and had me on the morning show the other day, and that was a hoot. I got to say the B word that Jesse says in Breaking Bad all the time on the air. That was really cool. Bernalillo County Sheriff Dan Houston and all the deputies that got us down here safely today. Graphic Bliss Graphic Design made these beautiful programs and has helped out with a lot of other things. If I forgot anybody, I'm so sorry. I'm so tired. It's been 2 weeks, but I came up with the idea, but it wouldn't have went anywhere if it wasn't for all the great sponsors, all the great help. And give yourself a huge hand. the fans for giving to Albuquerque Health Care for the homeless through the Community Foundation. You guys are phenomenal. So I'd like to take a moment. I'd like to invite Bill Mihai from Boston, Massachusetts. He'd like to come say a couple words. And then we're both tired, Bill, both her and I. We have no idea what's going on. And then his wife, Lynn, has a poem for Walter White. No, that was her twin sister, sorry. Lori, right? Yeah, Lori, sorry. They're going to come up and say some words, and then that's, the chocolates, a couple more things. And then we'll get underway with the burial. You okay with that? They flew in from Boston, everybody. Bill Mihai and his sister-in-law, Lori. Or ladies first.
Good afternoon, everybody. I am actually Walter White's former student, and I lived in New Mexico several years ago, and I couldn't be more honored to be here today, to come here and say some words about someone who inspired me. It was because of I should say Mr. White. It is because of Mr. White that I became a teacher. Now, granted, in the past, I wasn't the best student, and I didn't really like science that much. But Mr. White turned that all around. He was one of the best teachers I ever had. And after I graduated from high school, I flew to my home in Woonsocket, Rhode Island, and I've been a teacher there ever since. Now, because I haven't been in New Mexico for a while, I touched base with one of my old friends, Jesse, and he clued me in on some things. So, using my skills as an English teacher, I created this poem that I would like to read for you in honor of my former teacher. It's called A Troubled Soul. It only seems like yesterday when the diagnosis came, the day when your life would never be the same. The word cancer cut you like a knife, leaving you to wonder what would become of your son and wife. The answer soon became all too clear, making meth, facing the dangers, pushing aside any fear. You and Jesse, you made quite the team. A man named Heisenberg, a man not what he seemed. You saw things and did things that must remain unspoken. Your desire for power almost left you broken. But with your pain and torment, you kept your inner strength. For your family, you would go to great lengths. You tried to protect them. You fought for control. Hurting your loved ones was never your goal. While the loss of Hank is heavy on our hearts, you are not to blame, no matter what your part. Yes, blood has been spilled, trust has been lost, limits have been pushed beyond all cost, but you had a reason, you had a goal, to protect your family and ease your troubled soul. Sure, you might be the man who knocks, but clearly, you are not a man outfoxed. Your clever plan saved Jesse's life that day. You got your revenge. You made them pay. A glimpse of the old Walt began to appear, a man of intelligence, passion, and no fear. While your past decisions set you on the wrong path, you will not face our judgment. You will not face our wrath. So, goodbye, Mr. White. You finally can rest. While we have only known you for a short while, we still feel blessed. Rest in peace, Mr. White.
I can do that. Next up, Bill. Bill was actually a co-worker of Walter White's. He did fly all the way in from Boston and had something that he wanted to read too. Thanks, Bill. Okay. Oh,
Is this on? Okay. My name is Will Dragon, and I was a Walt's colleague at the high school. And I taught biology, and his room was right next to me. He was a chemistry teacher. And he was so passionate on teaching all the students. You know, he made sure he had time to spend with them, you know, spend extra time with them. They all loved him. And it was such a shame that he doesn't work for the high school anymore. On a personal note, you know, he used to bring me coffee every morning, and what he would do is, you know, he would ask how my wife and how my kids are. It's just a sad thing to see that, you know, I read about him, that he died, and it was kind of shocked that I just don't believe that everything I read about him is not true. I don't believe anything that I read about him. I'm just gonna miss him so much. He was such a good friend of mine, and it's so sad to see someone like him be gone out of our community. And I just want everybody to, you know, to say a prayer for him, because he was such a good guy and great for all the students. Thank you.
Oh, good job on not laughing once all the way through that, because we were just saying. Okay. Hey, I just found out we have a very special guest. You might remember this gentleman, Dr. Del Cavoli, Walter White's doctor. He is going to do a speech about Walter in character. So here we are, actor from Breaking Bad, Dr. Del Cavoli. Woo! Give us a hand.
This one? Okay. Good afternoon. I knew Walter White only professionally and only for a short while. I knew that he loved his family very deeply and fiercely. And I know he died in a real unfortunate way. The circumstances of which I'm not really clear. I've heard rumors. We've all heard rumors. The truth of that I'm not familiar with. But I do know that Walt was an ordinary man who found himself in extraordinary circumstances. And in that case, who among us would not have gone to extraordinary lengths to take care of his family and provide for them? I know whatever he did, whatever the rumors are, he did it for his family, and my thoughts are with him now. Thank you.
And then you got to say thank you because it's your event. Okay. And again, from Jolia's Chocolates, go ahead, come up. What's your name?
Michelle.
Okay, go ahead, Michelle. And then we'll get to the burial.
Yay. Okay. First of all, Jackamoe, thank you for this event. It's amazing. Everyone here who's followed the show, thank you as well. We have chocolate bars that we'll be selling later at the reception at Vernon Steakhouse. We have dark and milk. This is in honor of Walter White. Chicken and waffles. And 15% of the proceeds goes to healthcare for the homeless forever. So I just wanted to say thank you for letting us be part of this event. And I'm going to hand this off to you.
Thank you very much. All right, so does everybody want to bury Walter White? All right, so thank you all so much for coming. You mean so much to my heart and to everybody else involved, especially Albuquerque Health Care for the homeless. Thank you, Erika Viking. Thank you, everybody. Breaking Bad Tours. And I know I'm missing people, but I apologize. You guys are all awesome. If we could start a line over here, we're going to move everything, get it into place. We have a little video with Baby Boo playing for you. Rick, yeah. Rick would like to, from Sunset Memorial Park, would like to say a few words.
Okay. Hello. Thank you. We're going to need to clear a path about 10 feet wide between me and that pine tree right there. So that we can get the truck in. So everybody over here needs to go west, young man. Right. Go west.
Thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Okay, and then Jackamoe, are we placing things in the vault before?
Come over, you can't stand in front of the speaker.
The items that are going to be placed in the vault we need to bring up right now. We'll put them in, then we'll lower it, and then we'll do the burial. Is that okay?
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah, so we have the vault here. If anybody has an item they'd like to place in the vault, could they please bring that item up right now? Because we're going to lower the vault, and then everyone's going to one by one bury with one handful of earth, bury Walter White. Yes. Everybody, the line goes that way, all the way down to the road if you have to, please. Unless you have something for the vault, bring that up right now. All right, everyone just get in line. And then we have the memorial here. You can take pictures with Hank and Gomi's truck. And then the barrel's here. You can take pictures with the RV. And then we do have a reception at Vernon Valley Steakhouse starting at 8 o'clock. It's $100, and all of it goes to charity, of course, Albuquerque Health Care for the homeless. And it includes two drink tickets and past hors d'oeuvres. And we do have a band playing as well. So you're more than welcome to come down and celebrate the life of Walter White. Yeah. No, we told them. Oh, yeah. She did. Erika. Oh, okay. That's even better. Yeah. Thank you. Oh, and everybody, we have more programs on the way. Are they here? They're here, so we'll pass them out as you come up to the to bury Walter. Oh, come up to the table after you bury Walter White. We went out and printed 300 more, so everybody can take one home as a keepsake, okay? Oh, absolutely. Yes. Just give me a little bit here to... All right, so thank you very much, and let's bury Walter White. hello, everybody. Stefan here from New Mexico Magazine is going to conduct interviews for this little Walter White funeral video. So if you're interested, to stop by and say hello to him after you bury Walter White with your fistful of earth. Okay? Stefan, right here, guys. If you'd like to say something personally to Walter White, or how Breaking Bad has affected you and how you like it for the economy, or something about Albuquerque Health Care for the funeral, I can't even talk anymore. Okay? I think you guys get it. Thank you.
All right. Don't be shy. Uh-oh, here we go. How you doing, ma'am? Let's see, you want to stand right here real quick. They want to get you in the camera. How you doing today, ma'am?
My name's Rebecca Hindi, and I love Breaking Bad. I also have a son. He's 28 years old, and he's a meth addict, but he also has schizophrenia, bipolar. And I think that Breaking Bad is great for bringing awareness to this problem, and especially this charity, Healthcare for the Homeless. I mean, it could not be better. It's just so perfect. And I make jewelry, and I'm donating 100% of a few things that I sell. The proceeds will go to Healthcare for the Homeless.
That is amazing. Thank you very much. Is that that's the type of jewelry you make right there? That's nice, little Heisenberg.
Earrings that have the meth in them. These earrings have the meth.
Not real meth, folks. Not real meth.
No.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I'm going to show you a little bit on this mic here.
You can definitely. Oh, I'm saying that's what I was trying to. Oh, never mind then. Never mind. She's angry. Got to follow the rules. Anybody else? Would you like to say a few words? I know you were trying to get up early. Let you go real quick. What's your name, sir?
It's Frank Sandoval with Breaking Bad RV Tours.
Okay.
And I just wanted to thank everybody for coming out today and being part of an awesome show that's really changed a lot of people's lives. And I know it's changed our lives. It's been lucrative for the community. And I really do believe that this is going to help catapult a lot more venues to come here to Albuquerque. And just thank you for everything that you're doing with your magazine. And we're also going to donate $5 out of every ticket sale for Breaking Bad RV Tours to the Healthcare for the Homeless to help people with meth addictions and any type of addictions that they have.
All right.
Yeah. And just want to thank everybody for coming out today.
Nice. Can you describe what exactly is going to be a part of your tour?
Okay. $65 covers 15 tour locations. We'll take you to some of the most famous tour sites on Breaking Bad. Everything from Walter White's house all the way to Tuco's lair. And basically we give you free refreshments and a snack on it. And we even have lunch at Pollos Hermanos. So if you don't know about us, go to BreakingBadRVTours.com. You can go ahead and fill out a little card and give us your name, and we will call you back, and we'll set you up with a private tour. And that will actually start next Sunday. Pickup times are 10 a.m. at the Candy Lady in Old Town. And we also have an afternoon tour for you late sleepers. We pick up at Walter White's Car Wash at 2 p.m. $65 per person gives you a 3.5-hour tour with going to a good cause. We're actually donating a portion of that money to Healthcare from the Homeless. So go to breakingbag.com and register today.
Nice. Where did you acquire the RV?
Actually, we found it out in a place called Tahajali. There were some guys cooking in it. No, just kidding. We actually acquired it out in Arizona. There was a guy actually that really needed to sell it. It wasn't working at all, so we fixed it up. We worked on the show. My entire family and friends have actually been extras or actually worked on the show at some point. So we actually got to get some help to customize it and make it look just like the real thing.
Nice. Thank you very much for everything you do.
Thank you.
All right, no problem, sir. Come on up. What's your name?
My name's Jeff Robb, and I live here locally. My dog and I are in an early episode of the series. I just want to say that the cast and crew of this production treated those of us who are the extras, the talent, if you will, phenomenally well and made us feel really special.
Nice. Which episode were you in?
The episode where Badger is trying to decide whether or not to sell the crystal to the guy who turned out to be the narc on the park bench.
Okay. Thank you, sir. All right. See who else we can get. Anybody else want to talk to them? Uh-oh. Get you up here real quick, sir. Somebody save his spot in line. Hold on. Come on up right here real quick, man. Sorry about that. What's your name?
My name is Asa Martin.
All right. What's your connection to the show? Are you just a super fan or what's up?
Well, I'm a super fan. I was also diagnosed with cancer about 1.5 years ago. And right in the middle of the show is when I started to, or right in the middle of that is when I started to watch Breaking Bad because everyone said, you should sell meth for, kind of a joke. And yeah, I followed it all the way through the end. I'm in remission now. They took out my porta catheter, so I'm all good now. But
Nice.
it's fun to kind of go along in the ride with Walt.
Said you want to be the only one Breaking Bad, huh? No Breaking Bad for you. Do you have anything are you going to put anything in there?
I'm just going to put the dirt in. I didn't actually know they were going to do this, but it's going to be worth it. It's kind of cool to be at the end here. So.
Right. So what are you going to do with your Sundays now?
Sundays, barbecue.
Nice. It's getting a little cold, man. I don't know.
Barbecue will warm it up. We'll make it spicy.
Nice. All right, sir. Thanks. See who else we got. Anybody else? Oh. She's like, nah, I'm good. I don't want to talk. It's okay. Let's get this young lady up right here. Come on up. What's your name, man?
Lillian Sperry.
All right.
I have a lot of ancestors that are buried in this cemetery. So I'm really grateful that Walter is going to be buried with my family.
That's great.
Many, many, many people in my family are buried out here.
Okay. What is your connection to the show? How's it affected you?
I'm glad to be part of the show because of my city, because I was born and raised here, and we were part of this show. Our city was.
Nice. I like that shirt. You got one of the better Breaking Bad shirts I've seen. It had Albuquerque in it and everything like that. I like that.
They're the first ones that came out at Uptown when it first came out.
Nice. So you got an original.
The parties, yes. What's this going on?
You said what's going on? We're interviewing you right now.
Where am I going to see myself after this?
Well, I know NewMexicoEntertainment.com. We're definitely going to put you on NMEntertains.com and New Mexico Entertainment Magazine. So,
right on. Thank you.
You down with that? We cool? We can put your picture in there and everything like that? We got to get the awesome shirt in there, okay? All right, you have a good one. All right. Come right here, ma'am. How you doing? What's your name?
Michelle. I just wanted to say my father-in-law was a chemist for the government. And I had a very healthy respect on how he respected chemistry. It was an art for him, and I really appreciated that.
So you think he had it pretty accurate, everything he was doing in the show, and just his love of it, just like did your father have that same love for chemistry like that?
He'd done it all his life, but he wasn't making meth. But
of course.
I think more students will be interested in chemistry just because of this.
Oh, I guess they get them on camera. That is awesome, but thank you very much. Oh, next. How you doing, man? What's your name?
Doing great. My name's Yvette.
All right. What is your connection to the show, or do you have anything? Did you put anything into the hole, or into the gravesite, or anything like that?
Oh, I just put some dirt in to help bury Walter White. But my connection here is I'm a native of Albuquerque, New Mexico, and I was helped out by Health Care for the Homeless.
That's awesome. Do you think the show had a very positive effect on the commerce and everything that's going on in New Mexico?
Yeah, I do. I think it put a real positive light on Albuquerque. It showed the beauty of Albuquerque and New Mexico in general. And being a native here, I grew up in a lot of the areas that were shown. I went to Taco Sal's as a kid, and the Octopus Car Wash. You know, having A one day. You know, yeah, it was fun, and this whole event was a blast. I enjoyed it.
Are you sad to see the show over? It's just finally ending.
Oh yeah, I'm terribly sad that the show is over. It's a great show. It was a masterpiece.
But all right, man. Thank you very much. You have a good one. They tell me no format. It was like ask people. Nah. Come on. What's your name?
My name's Tamara.
All right, Tamara. What's your connection to the show?
It was just really cool to see it filmed here and recognize the places. It had such a huge impact on the city, and it was just, I'm going to be sad to see it go.
So what are you going to do with your Sundays now that the show is over?
Probably watch reruns of it. And I'll miss Walter White. He was my fave, so yeah.
All right, thank you very much. Oh, who else we got? I'm going to get this guy right here. This is who I want right here with the... well, you got to come up and tell us about it. All right, so what's your name?
I am Dave Lehman, and I was a Breaking Bad fan since even before the show aired. I was in the pilot episode, so I wanted to see it. So I watched it not just because I was in it, but because it was actually a good plot line.
Nice, nice. This is actually the obituary for Heisenberg. How did you decide to make a T-shirt out of it?
Well, because one day I was driving to work and I said, I got to do something. And I said, you know, the best thing I could do is put in an obituary. And so I did. I actually typed it up like an obituary to the Journal, but they wouldn't accept it as an obituary because it had no mortuary name and it had no mortuary phone number. So I called him up and I said, I'm Dave Lehman. I'm talking about Walter White. Well, is he in the OMI? I said, no. Do you have a death certificate? I said, no. And they said, well, we don't do jokes here. I said, it's not a joke. I really want to do this. So after talking to her supervisor, she finally decided we can run it as an ad, but not as an obituary. And I said, that's fine. It cost $166, but I said, it's worth it. And my wife thought I was crazy, but she's like, well, you spent $106 for a dead guy that didn't even exist. So, but next day it gets shown on the radio, and then by the time I get to school, I'm a teacher, and by the time I get there, it's on the internet, and the kids are telling me it's selling on eBay, and so it was huge.
Have you sold any of your shirts anywhere else?
Actually, I have. I've sold them before I'm even wanting to, but I had initially made them for the UBFBFT, which is the unofficial Breaking Bad fan tour, which is on Facebook, and then Jackamoe got in touch with me and told me, he goes, you know, you were the spark, and I want to be the flame that really just sets it even off more. And I said, sure. So I'm proud to be a part of this, and I'll be at the reception selling some more shirts as well.
Nice, nice. Did you put anything into the gravesite?
I did put just the dirt because I want to keep all my stuff. So I'm just too big of a fan.
That's awesome, man. Well, thank you. I tell you, a great idea. I like the shirt. I think I'm going to have to get one from you before you leave, all right? I'm serious. All right, thanks. All right. Let's see who else we can get in here. Let's get, actually, Teresa. Hey, come on real quick. That's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. All right. All right, Miss, what's your name?
I'm Teresa Ewers, publisher and editor-in-chief of New Mexico Entertainment Magazine. I guess, in a sense, your boss.
All right, I'm just saying that don't worry about all that. Don't worry about all that. We edit that out later. How did you get involved with this? How did we get involved with this funeral?
Well, you know, honestly, I guess it really started with our interview with Stephen Michael Casada is where it all started. And then it led to meeting Jackamoe, the mastermind before, around this whole event. And we had the opportunity to come out, videotape, talk to the fans. It's been an amazing experience. Really enjoyed it.
Nice, nice. I have nothing else for you, boss. Go back to doing what you know. That's Teresa. That's my boss. I just want to ask her a few things real quick. Anybody else? I really think we need to get Jackamoe on real quick if he wants to. He's trying to, come on, man. Yeah, you got to get you to say something, you know what I mean? All right.
How you doing?
Doing all right. So I just need to know seriously, how did you come up with the idea for this whole, event?
I saw the obituary that Dave Lehman put on in the Albuquerque Journal, and I just snapped in it. I'm like, that's not enough because the Breaking Bad tour, all these tourists coming from around the world, which has had a great economic impact on state of New Mexico, not just Albuquerque, but the entire state. I'm like, we need an end to the Breaking Bad tour where people can pay their final respects to where Walter White forever lays here at Sunset Memorial Park.
Nice. And I know you're doing this is all for charity. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, we set up we got Vernon Valley Steakhouse as the main sponsor, and they set up the Vernon's Walter White Endowment Fund, which is through Albuquerque Community Foundation, which then gives the money to Albuquerque Health Care for the homeless.
Awesome. And tell us about the reception that's going on after the funeral.
Yeah, we have a reception. It's $100. Includes 2 drinks and past hors d'oeuvres. We have a band playing, and of course, all that money goes to Albuquerque Health Care for the homeless. So we can come. This isn't over. We can go celebrate it at Vernon's Valley Steakhouse.
Awesome. It's been a great event, man. Thank you for having me. That's all right. It's been Jackamoe. Thanks, man.
Thank you for coming. Thank you for joining us, and thank you for doing this. We appreciate you.
No problem. No problem. Thank you.